My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic. Today I am reviewing Kerosene Unknown Pleasures. This is £165 for 100ml. The fragrance notes are Earl Grey tea, lemon and bergamot, honey, tonka bean, caramel, vanilla and waffle cone. Hurrah! Do we have a fragrance samples? Are we engaged with our higher self? Let's get testing. So as I said, I know nothing about this house. You've actually educated me that he was a motorcycle mechanic and the actual plates are he used or he made or something. So it's very creative. So this is not as strong as the follow, which was massively strong, but the dry down was particularly fantastic and I love that. So I'm actually going to be seeing how this progresses and doing a dry down. Please excuse Miss Verity, she is talking to Ellie the cockapoo next door. Those of you who know, if you've got Dachshunds, they're very loud and like the sound of their own voice. Yes, I don't know quite where she gets her loud nature from. So the honey note in this is similar to bee. So the accord is quite similar. It's very, very sweet. There's so many similarities, which was what's going on. My brain's going quite crazy. So the bergamot note, there's a similarity between that really beautiful Dior One I Loved Last Year, that had that beautiful bergamot top note. So Kerosene uses a lot of naturals. Immediately I love things that are composed with naturals and aroma chemicals and fixatives. That's my favourite, and I think it's the most skill is involved in that. The lemon is excellent. Now lemon in a formulation can make things smell tart, projecting, and have like a lemon drop, those sweets. I don't know if they sell them in America, but in the UK we used to have these lemon drop sweets. And to me that's the note I immediately pick up with lemon, is that sort of pear droppy, tart sweetness, which goes brilliantly with the honey note. They are using wood compounds combined with they are very, very strong aroma chemicals. And I have this one, it's a caramel compound and they're called super notes. Super notes or something like that. They are incredibly strong, explosive raw materials. I haven't used them yet, but I do have them. It's called caramel something. And they do one that smells of potato and do one that smells of chocolate and do one that smells of, and they are just so strong and you use them at very, very small amounts. If you use too much, they tend to become incredibly over-dominant. And that is sort of what's happening here. The house, as I'm starting to understand now, works around core and then has very strong, works around one key note and then everything is built around it. So that's how Kerosene are building their fragrances. I mean, it's just massively gourmandy. It smells like maple. It's the maple compound that I'm smelling in this. This smells of like maple waffles. To me it smells like, and I think I got this last time when I said it smells like a New York coffee shop. To me this smells like a diner. I've never been in a diner, but I've watched, you go into a diner and they say, the waitress comes over in America and says, what do you want, honey? And then you go, oh, I want some waffles and coffee and maple syrup and then bacon on the top. This is the feel I'm getting, that it smells like a diner and you've got all that sort of notes going on in it. So they're using the super notes in it, which is how they're building it, and they are really difficult to, I think that's why last time I couldn't figure out why I was in all. They're really difficult to work with because too much of them can blow out a formulation and too little of them and you don't really smell it. So the concentration percentage is right. So this has been built around these. Coumarin is in there giving the tonka bean feel. I'm not smelling Earl Grey tea particularly, but maybe I am sort of, bergamot is Earl Grey tea. It's got an ice creamy feel to it, which is the ethyl maltol, and then it's got the ethyl vanillin in, so it's got lots of really good gourmandy notes built into it. On to my final thoughts. So we're going to do this in two ways. We're going to do the final thoughts and then I'm going to go and do stuff and come back and film the dry down, because the dry down was when it particularly was mesmerising on the last one. This one is slightly too sweet for my personal taste. Technically, I think it's really good, and I like this because they're using notes which are different, unique. very, very difficult to work with. You've got to be really skilled to know how to deal with heavy duty, monstrous, super projecting compounds. That's the first thing I want to say. So it's a 4 out of 4. Prices, this kerosene are really, really worth the price. So you're going to get the musks and fixative latch onto the skin. You're going to get the backbone sort of supporting it in a really robust way. The wood supporting everything. So it's everything laid and supported. So it's a very rigid supporting structure. And you have the caramel, vanilla, and maple syrup sort of note in there. So it's absolutely worth the money because the raw materials are expensive and stuff. So absolutely. Do I like it? I don't really like it because I prefer chocolate to these sort of notes, but that is a personal thought and feeling. So this one I'm going to mark an 8 out of 10 at the moment because I really don't particularly like the notes of this. It's so personal. And the 2 marks are always whether I like it or don't. And I don't particularly like these notes, but I think the compound and the pricing and everything is phenomenal. So I'm going to go and do stuff, and I shall be back shortly to talk about the dry down. So it's been about 2 hours, and talk about the dry down and the kerosene. There are cedarwoody and sandalwood compounds coming through on the base, but it takes a long time to wear kerosene correctly. So how I would suggest you wearing kerosene is applying it to your skin, 1 to 2 sprays, sort of maximum 3. It's very, very potent stuff. Allowing it to dry down and judge it after 2 hours because the dry down is much better. The maple pheromones, chemical compounds that have been designed to be massive projecting. They are super notes, super molecules, and this is what kerosene is. The 3 that I've smelt are dealing with here. So I'm going to keep, on this one, I'm going to keep the marks the same because it's a little bit too sweet. That is very, very personal, as I said, to me. But I think it's an excellent concept. I can just taste the ice cream on the maple syrup, on the waffle, all of that. I mean, it's just really fabulously, excellently done. But as I said, personally, not really dark enough for me. It's not really mysterious. But yes, the kerosene is phenomenal for all skin types actually, and kerosene is particularly good if you can't get fragrance to latch onto your skin. This is really good if you like sweet gourmandy fragrances. This is phenomenal for you. I'd recommend this as an autumn fragrance actually, because winter, because it's so heavy and dominant. I can't imagine that you particularly want to smell like this in the summer. But as I said, I love my ouds all the time, so that's what I wear continually. I don't particularly like citrus, so you have to go with what you love. I think this is really good on for me, I would sort of see this more as medium to darker skin types on this one. It's very good. I think you're going to get just monstrous amounts of projection, monstrous amounts of wear. But as I said, the 2 marks will come off just because I don't particularly like the notes in the overall, the very sweet notes in this are not just for me. But there you go. So I hope you love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe. I'll have more exciting reviews, frantic dancing hands, and loud barking Miss Verities. I'll see you soon for a fragrance review.